I've only one message for you instead of the excellent recommendations that Tim has made, and I just want to emphasise that one title that's on the screen now. The Information Assurance Advisory Council has been pushing this message for 12 years now, and a number of questions therefore spring to mind. Why have we not got this message through before? We've published a number of these documents, and there are a few scattered around the room for you to collect if you're that interested. I ask why we failed to get our message across. I think there are a number of reasons for that. I think it is still not appreciated in many corporate organisations that information, data, call it what you like, is a vital and important business asset. Without that appreciation, of course, nothing else really follows. Secondly, I think there's been, in the general business community, over-willingness to put aside things like cybersecurity as we now know it and say it's a specialist matter for somebody else to deal with. I think I'm operating on an automatic forward or something here, anyhow. And thirdly, there's a general feeling at top management level that, oh, it may happen somewhere else, but it's not going to happen here. I think the bigger picture, which is what the governance slide is meant to be all about, is that there's a real need for the private sector, the public sector, and academia to get together on this issue. I must be the 9 millionth person to have said that. There's been much talk, but it's never really got off the ground, except perhaps in the telecom sector. I bow to them because I think they have managed, between the various sectors, to have made some shared partnership progress. I think, in particular, for those of you who've read the cybersecurity strategy, there's a desperate need for partnership here. I can't say I'm terribly optimistic so far. We've had one excellent workshop with the Cabinet Office specialists and drawn up what the two organisations think are useful objectives to pursue. But there are lots of work streams going on in government, some of which are quite rightly secret and sensitive, some of which I'm quite sure would benefit from a trusted relationship with other sectors to take the issues forward. Now, as far as the more local position is concerned, there we are. What I want to say is back to almost my first point, that in local terms, in management terms, it's absolutely essential that business managers assume that this business is all to do with them, and it is not just a sideshow for them because clever geeks will deal with it in the corners or downstairs or wherever. As the slide says, it's just too important to be left and pushed aside from mainstream business. I have the impression that I'm talking to the converted, and so I want to ask you a question before you perhaps have a chance to ask me questions. That if we believe in the first statement that it's in the hands of the corporate boards, how have we, as highly trained, highly experienced specialists, failed to get that message across to our business leaders? Have we failed to use engaging language? Have we preferred our private dialects and acronyms to using language which our internal customers, if you like, our internal clients within organisations need to understand? Have we adopted a bunker mentality, i.e., if you do it our way, or you don't do it at all? I have a strong feeling from a number of our meetings that a lot of senior people in the business community as a whole feel quite strongly that cyber specialists have in fact dug a bunker, taken cover in it, and are not talking to anybody effectively outside that bunker. And the final point here, I don't know the answer to this, but on Wednesday this week, IAAC will publish the latest edition of Professor Peter Sommer's Management Guide to Forensics. How does one communicate a very thoughtful, thoroughly academic, 100-odd pages document quickly and easily to top business managers? It's not a techie paper at all. It's all about managing an organization for the eventuality of some serious forensic internal work needing to be done. So I leave you with those three questions, and if there's time, John, I'm happy to field rotten tomatoes and questions.